3. Okay, we are live.
Oh boy.
What? Oh boy?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, well, welcome to Tavern of Tales. One big question also, before we start.
Yep.
Who has the current experience everybody has?
Me. I
Should be
have
2-7 something at least.
4774.
I have 2714.
Okay, Ace, your character should have leveled up and you should be at 4774 right now.
Okay, hold on. Let me edit that in. I gotta pull it up on my computer.
Alrighty. So, last we left off, your party, in the interest and desire to get more levels and beef yourselves up, you decided to go out doing quests. Found a quest for a simple farmer who was looking for assistance with his chickens, his sheep. They were getting attacked by creatures that were turning them to stone. You were able to actually defeat these, finding one of these cockatrices were acting rather strangely. And afterwards, you decided to go ahead and take the money you've been amassing and buy some magic items with it, gathering some defensive stuff, getting a ring of spell storing, a whole lot of stuff. Mostly legally.
Quick
I
question.
don't know who you're looking at.
I'm not looking at anyone.
I'm the
Yes?
most legal person around.
Please repeat the XP number that I'm supposed to be at right now.
4774.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Oh.
At the beginning of last session, I did state that Ace, Blackness, had to leave to do stuff. Had to leave for IRL stuff. What were they doing?
This and that. College student stuff. Looking at, more info on the things that we've discovered, you know, like, doing research on all that.
Make an investigation check for me.
Oh boy, where are my dice? I can't fucking...
I'm gonna need to get dice out too.
My dice are in my car.
Oh.
You know what? I have an app for this.
There's an app for that.
In the meantime,
There really is.
a little bit of shameless advertising. I have found a recent RPG system that I will be able to play and use called OVA.
Mm-hmm.
Really well done RPG system. Very, very loose. You can use any kind of setting you wish, and it's based around creating characters from anime.
Real quick, what are the odds of getting a natural 1 3 times in a row?
Very unlikely.
Very unlikely.
I'd say about
20 times 20 should be 1 in 400 times 20 is 1 in
8,000.
8,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you roll 3 nat 1s in a row?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually use my metal dice today because my normal dice apparently is angry with me.
Oh boy.
What was I rolling for?
Investigation.
Oh, okay. 23.
Nice.
Nat
Okay.
20.
Getting a natural 1 3 times in a row would be 3 in 18,000.
18,000. See, like, probability is weird, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because you're not only calculating the 1 in 23 times, but every other possible combination except for the 3 ones.
It raises exponentially the second time, and then it raises exponentially the third time on top of that because of how unlikely it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The madness.
The madness ensues. Dun dun dun.
So.
Yep.
I just need my character.
So, on a 23, your character begins to do some digging about the game, and you're finding some interesting information. You found out that there are plenty of other places within the game that the developers haven't got any control over. And you've been able to get into some of like the deeper parts of the web type of thing. These are people who've been able to leak information the company doesn't want known. You come up to like a weird conspiracy theorist website and read a whole bunch of information how the game is building itself. There is some kind of self-made AI that has just gone rogue and nobody knows what's going on.
I'm at level 5.
Wait, you're at level...
Sorry, I promise I'm listening.
4.
You should be at level 4.
No, if I level up,
No?
I'm at level 5.
Yeah, if you level up...
No.
You should be at level 4s. You have to be at 6,500 to get to level 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I
God,
leveled
this
up last time and didn't put in the XP.
Ring light, bright.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Okay.
but on a 23, you're finding some weird, compelling information from this conspiracy theorist, and there are many comments out on the on this that are, this guy's a sham. He doesn't know what he's talking about. There's no such thing as AI that's gone rogue. And there's no way the developers could have things going on that they can't control in a game. It's simply not possible. But with all the information you've gathered so far and all the arguments he's posing, it's a pretty compelling answer. And it's pretty convincing for yourself. Something's going wrong with the game, or at least something's going on with the game that the developers can't handle.
Oh, wedges. Okay. I'm gonna tell the people that I'm with, be like, hey, I found some more stuff out about the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then tell them about this theorist.
Okay.
So I would say like Blackness just like logs in and it's like next to us and just starts yelling about this.
No. I log in, I look around, I'm like, oh, thank God you guys are still here. I have the worst effing news. Ugh.
Tell me more.
The
Tell me
game
more.
knows it's alive.
What?
The game, it's alive. We're in someone's brain right now.
And it goes,
Yes,
Stop.
because we are human and we have brains.
No, like, the game is a brain and it's making things and the devs can't control it, and oh my God, this is scary.
Huh.
wait, so like the devs just like have been making more content? I don't.
No, like, they didn't make the things. That was all the game. The
One
game
thing,
is making things.
Ace, you specifically know is the Lost Grounds. There's something called the Lost Grounds that are places like you can go to via warp crystals that aren't any official warp crystals on the map, that just take you to random places.
I mentioned this.
Tristan,
Goes,
you remember specifically the cathedral and the caverns that you and Poncho went into.
Oh yeah. That could definitely be the same thing. Really good chance. We did a thing like that
Oh,
once,
pardon
where we went to a thing with the crystal, and then we went to another place that did some stuff and a thing. It was crazy.
Yeah, see, the
I
game
wrote it
is
in my-
alive.
Yeah, I wrote it in my paper journal at home when I log out because I'm human.
And it goes, you keep a physical journal?
Yep.
Who doesn't keep a journal?
Odd.
You don't keep a journal?
And it just looks at the two of you and goes, no. I hope that people will just remember me. I don't need to write it down if I'm, memorable.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem. I keep a journal so I don't forget myself.
I keep
That sounds
a
like a
journal
personal
so
problem.
I remember to
It is
go
a personal
to-
problem. It's a very big personal problem, Because, what if one day I wake up and I'm like, who is this person in the mirror that I see? That's not me. I need to have, a list of things. Be like, I know you're ugly, but you are you. You don't fear things like that? Am I weird?
No, I also feel that. It's a very human emotion.
Kristen, there's a line that I know of by a very famous poet that I think might apply. The pronoun might not work, but methinks the lady doth protest too much. Are you? You're a player, you're saying, right?
Yeah.
And I get to understand that players are people who don't have to stay here in this world for some reason.
Yep.
Yes?
100%. Yeah. We log out into the real world where people do real world jobs.
Can I do an
And
insight
sleep.
check?
Yeah, go ahead. And Tristan, go ahead and do a deception check.
Oh my god.
This is why my charisma is so high.
My red dip is moldy.
Aww.
It's plus 9, 27.
27.
Wow.
I got a 13.
Okay. So, I mean, it's weird that he's protesting, but it checks out. Yeah, definitely. He's got to be a player.
It's weird, but I'm definitely talking about things like having a job, which apparently humans have.
Edo just goes, you know what? This all checks out. Honestly, sorry. Did you grow up reading a lot of old literature? Because the way that you speak is a little bit stilted. That's all. I'm not trying to be mean.
Edo, I don't think he's human.
This language
Make an insight check.
This is my third language.
Insight check?
Yeah, make an insight
Yeah.
check.
Oh my god. Okay.
Versus that,
You have to see
versus
through
that
the
27.
deception.
This is
Oh,
actually my
mother trucker on a butt cheek. Butt
This-
cheeks on a stick.
the language that we're speaking is actually my 23rd language. So
I don't
just
believe
not
you.
great with human
If
language.
you know other languages, say something in Chinese.
Something in Chinese.
You heckin'. He's not wrong. Can't be mad at that.
So, Ace,
Honestly,
what was your
I feel
insight?
like you just
I'm still trying to get this dice roller to work with me.
Okay.
Work! Please, for the love of all that is unholy. What? I know I
I
am weird.
really love this.
Be quiet, Grandma. We're streaming.
What?
What? Nothing?
I thought you were getting on to me
Hey.
because I was just talking about my tankard.
No, my grandma's in the room.
Wrong.
Was it? You said an insight check?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
God,
Oh,
why am I so bright?
20.
20? Okay,
20 total.
unfortunately, with his 27, I mean,
Mother trucker.
I know. I mean, you had your doubts. You really did. But his response, say something in Chinese, has to be a player.
Yeah.
He might be
sarcastic.
role playing an NPC that is trying to be human. That might be the case, but he has to be a player with that wit.
Okay, I love that's the best response to like why you failed that I've ever heard. Which is like, you're pretty sure that this guy read a forum about NPCs coming to life, and he's like super into it, and he's like role playing hardcore.
Yeah. Nick, that sounds good. I'll do that.
Oh,
A fun
man.
concept for a character. Edo goes, honestly, I don't know what I'm thinking anyway. Like, with a joke that good, it's not like NPCs can just be, like, creative. Edo goes, so, the game is alive. NPCs, but, like, something's building things out there. You're describing it as, like, a brain almost. It's kind of the vibe you're getting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is highly upsetting. Imagine being in your world and realizing that the world itself is being created like just spawned out of nothing randomly all around you by a force that you can't control or see.
Wait, like if Earth just appeared out of nowhere?
Yeah.
That's already a
Or
thing.
like an entire continent just appeared in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
It's called Christians. That's already a thing.
Oh, you have a belief system that already handles that.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
That's lucky for you. I don't have that.
Some really big guy in the sky just like poofed his hands together and everyone was like, oh, okay. Ta-da!
Just because, man, I really wish I had something like this, because honestly, it's just horrifying instead.
Yeah, well, it's just
what do you do?
Except for you, I think it'd be the big click theory.
Edo goes, so there are these lost grounds. Tristan? Question mark? Tristan?
Yeah. So there's
okay.
like this place. Yeah.
Ooh, dinner.
Tristan, you do remember both the place where the cathedral is and the place where the underground cave is.
Oh yeah. So there's a place, and when you go there, you go to another place that has like a really old church, and at the church there's some nice statues, and they represent places or people or races. You know, they represent a thing. Stuff happens whenever you go there.
What kind of stuff happened to you the last time you were there?
Well, nothing happened to me, but I mean, theoretically, stuff could happen.
Would the tree that my first group saw, would that be like whatever they're called?
Lost ground?
Yeah, the lost ground.
You're unsure. You never actually went.
What am I? I'm a rogue.
Yeah, you are a rogue.
What I can say at the cathedral there were 8 statues, and they all represent the different major cities, because the major cities have the same statue. So I think that that we have to go there or do something with them, but I'm not sure yet.
It
But
goes,
we do know that the 8 races were bound to the gods.
okay. I mean, 8 races, 8 cities, 8 statues in this place. I definitely think that my best guess is if we want to. It looks over at Blackness and goes, I'm assuming you would like to look into this more, yes?
Absolutely.
Well, then I think that our next best destination is the nearest of these major cities. Um, which one would be closest? Looks to the two of you.
You guys
Which
would know it to
actually-
be the starting hub town.
Oh, we didn't find the statue there. So yeah, there's the starting hub town would probably be our best bet, the closest one.
The only other one was right near the starting hub town in the beginner forests. That had one of the statues there. So, you know where both of them are. You can choose to go with either place.
Edo's going to suggest, like, I mean, I haven't been to this starting town. I'd be happy to follow you there, see if we can find anything of interest.
Yeah, well, we already took care of the wolves. I think we've already resolved the problem here, so we might as well go back. Figure out what's up with the
Yep.
statue.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll head back there.
So, are you heading to the starting town one?
Yep.
Okay. You eventually get back to the starting town. And Tristan, you lead them through the canals that you can go to, up to this hidden spot, an alley, only accessible by players via a canal. And you find this warp crystal there. When you guys do actually get to that, when you guys do actually warp, everything changes. For Blackness and Edo specifically,
Mm-hmm.
you actually feel the. One second, that's a little loud.
There. Oh,
There.
there.
Okay. You find that there's a rush in air, almost as
Mhm.
if rapidly changing places. Normally, you don't really get the atmospheric feelings from it. So, a sudden rush in feeling temperature is strange. And whenever you're done warping, you are at the walkway heading towards a cathedral in the middle of a great void that goes on in a twilight expanse till the horizon is broken by waterfalls, miles and miles away from this cathedral. The bridge that leads away from the cathedral seems to be broken, and there's only the warp crystal and the passage to the inner sanctum of the cathedral left.
Okay. As Edo arrives there, he just looks over at Tristan, looks over at Blackness, and goes, "Did you feel that?
Yeah,
That was wild."
that was really
Okay.
weird.
Yeah. No, I've never experienced anything like that before. That was nuts.
And this is
I mean,
like a
strange.
constant experience now. You are
Hmm.
now feeling like this strange, cool feeling as if you were standing near a waterfall with the water constantly rushing by and the subtle mist kind of cooling the air around you.
Hmm. And it goes, okay, Tristan, lead the way. Show us where the statues are inside.
I would be happy to, and I will very cautiously lead. I'm gonna pick up a stick and I'm gonna like tap it in front of me to make sure I'm not stepping on anything. I'm gonna slowly ease my way toward the statues.
Stepping ahead, I mean, everything's solid. And as you finally enter the cathedral, you find yourself in this grand, like, marble floor, so immaculately clean that the twilight mirrors off of it. The ceilings are vaulted with hanging censers that seem to be devoid of any life, and there are rows of pews up to a central statue where a podium used to a podium would have been, but instead there is the statue of a kneeling woman bound by 8 chains. 7 chains now, actually, Tristan.
Oh,
Each
Can I
chain
do?
leads to the sides where a different statue of a different race of the common races are holding it. And the statue that is supposed to represent humans is crumbled away.
oh, we did it. Did we do something with that?
It wasn't recently, or at least it was a good couple of episodes ago, but you did
Oh,
fight something beneath the in the light of the tree underneath the cave in the cavernous area.
oh. Okay,
The
so it seems
plus
like
one dagger comes to mind that you got that's made of solid red crystal.
Can I do a history check to see if I know what this is?
Yeah.
Sick. Okay. History. That's gonna be a 16.
That's 16. There is very little known about this place. I mean, you've been able to catch a few smitted lures, but you don't remember anything really about this place being mentioned. According to the game's lore, the races of the world were all created by the gods. The gods would go to the tree of Mirthwell, which is at the very center of the overworld, eat of its fruit, and birth gods from the result. Birth the races from the result. And this is true for all races except for humans, because humans were always here for some reason. Nobody really knows why, but humans have, from that point, been since named and dubbed the godless in the lore. The
God statue.
yeah, in the lore, the gods are no longer present in the world because humans found that the gods, those most of them were good, by the nature of the other races being born, were not allowing free will. And so, in an effort to cut the gods from other races and encourage free will, they banded together and exiled the gods into the outer planes. You're not entirely sure what this place is supposed to be, but you do see a small plaque at the base of the statue. I need to find my notes. Because I know I've gotten it written down somewhere. It's huge. Gotta find what I'm looking for. Could have sworn I had it written. It's not there. That sucks. Okay. Maybe have to put it down. Yeah. Must have been something that I did on spontaneity and didn't write down. Curse you, hindsight. So the the plaque is to Hestia, the bound and sleeping goddess.
Do I know that it's this goddess?
That it is what goddess?
The bound goddess.
Oh, the plaque is labeled as such.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna be as non-helpful as possible and point out the obvious. Be like, guys, I think this is a statue of a goddess.
Edo's gonna walk up and look at the plaque and read it and go, okay. Well, why was she bound?
That's a good question.
Some people say children can be a burden.
Maybe she was a bad mom. Or a great mom.
Edo, can I make a religion check?
Yes.
She could also
See
be
if
a
I know
hero
specifically,
or a
like, if Edo knows why they were bound.
Mm-hmm.
I have +0. Let's see how I get.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an 11.
No.
All right.
No.
Even from your extensive research into the lore,
I have some religion.
Hestia is
The
not
lore.
mentioned in the lore of the game.
Okay.
So
Okay,
it's weird that a goddess that is not among the lore is listed at all.
So Edo takes these two pieces of information, and despite the fact that technically Edo knows nothing useful, Edo goes, okay, all right. So he looks to the two of you and goes, fun fact, there is nothing in the written record, I'll say record, about this goddess at all. And the fact that she's bound, I'm going to put 2 and 2 together and say that possibly she's from the early days. There might be a term for early parts of a game in your world.
The beta
Do
version?
you know? There you go. Thank you. We'll use that beta version. In the beta version of the world, possibly this existed,
Or
and then they
the
removed her for some reason.
yeah, I agree. I'm with y'all on this one. She's from the beta version of the game.
Edo goes, so, in my
Or could it
opinion,
be the Delta version?
goes, oh, there are Delta versions of these games?
You know what? So what were you saying about the ancient war
I have mac and cheese.
pre-game version of the game? Yeah, I agree.
Are you eating salad?
Cooked
It's your
veggies
favorite.
and eggs on toast. It's my lunchtime.
Oh, eggs on toast is okay, but veggies? Oh, I'm doing mac and cheese.
Mmm, so good. Edo goes, well, I think there's two ways to look at this. Either she was removed because she caused bad things to happen, or she was removed because she was causing unintended things to occur. Now,
Or they didn't want a goddess. And that's another issue.
yeah, totally separate issue there. I would say,
We'll go with there were complications.
possibly. I don't know about any of it though. I'm gonna say that.
You see, it makes sense that they wouldn't program the information of their failures into you.
Oh, I've researched a lot though. That's it. Is like there's nothing here, like out there, that should tell me, like in the game at all.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just my own knowledge; it's the knowledge of this world. There's nothing left, as far as I'm able to tell. Edo goes, however, my gut instinct says that couple things. This is a secret quest, and people will remember us for doing it. So my recommendation is that we find out what caused that chain and that statue to get destroyed, and we do more of that.
Why?
Well,
Don't you want to be remembered for something? Like, wouldn't that be cool if everyone remembered you?
I could make a
I
epic
could live
tragedy.
without it.
Just a heads up, you all die in the story, but you don't have to die in real life.
What?
What?
Of course not. Why would you have to clarify that? I understand that there are
don't
two
like
worlds.
anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just saying that we should all go on an adventure where we do something epic so that I can make a wonderful ballad about it.
I don't know if I want you on my team anymore. You should go away. You're making me nervous.
I appreciate you too. I'm glad that we're on the same page of love and affection and happiness as a team.
As a rogue, I'm uncomfortable with the situation we're in right now.
Okay, right. So maybe you don't want fame, but if it's a secret quest, the loot for it has to be exceptional.
Now you're speaking my language.
Because there's something here for everyone. There's fame for those who want it, and for those who want to not be remembered as much, not be noticed. There's still going to be awesome stuff at the end. Like, look at the statue. Look at this. How do they even model this? Look how good this looks. Like, looking at it, do I notice, like, polygons and stuff, or does this just look like a statue?
It looks like a statue. It looks like a real statue.
I go, whoever made this put a lot of effort into it. So, like, let's get real. Whatever's lying at the end of this quest line has got to be cool.
Do you know why T-Rex can't clap?
Why?
Because they're dead.
That's my
That being said, I don't want to be a dinosaur, so let's skedaddle.
But just check out
the
statue. I'm gonna jump up on the statue, like on the pedestal.
No, you're not.
I start patting it and be like, "Look at this thing! It's so real. You could dance with it and dance on it."
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum,
Can I try and stop him from doing that?
I mean,
bum.
if you're gonna try and stop him, that would be a grapple check.
Okay, that's
Strength base.
strength, right?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
it would be
Oh,
your
no.
athletics versus his athletics or
Oh,
acrobatics to
my
resist.
athletics. Do we
So I
want to do
got-
athletics or acrobatics?
You have to do athletics,
you have to
and
do
Tristan gets
athletics.
to pick.
Yeah,
I get to pick.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was about to. With athletics, I have a -2.
Oh boy.
With acrobatics, I have a +5.
Oh boy.
So with acrobatics, I have a 20 total because I got a 15.
Ace?
I got a 23, nat 20.
Oh wow. Okay. So you grab a hold of Tristan, preventing Tristan from getting onto the statue itself.
As soon as this happens, Edo's going to walk up the wall and get a closer look at like the chains and the statue's face, because I have the
Spider climbing.
slippers of spider walk. Spider climbing.
Make
Yep.
a perception check for me.
17 plus 5, 22.
22. Okay. The chains are iron. And they are real iron chains. You would think that they would be made more ornamental than actually physical. Because with the way they look, this is supposed to be a symbol, not an actual thing. One of the other weird things about this statue and this monument is that the way the chains are wrapped around the arms, it looks like somebody went through painstaking measures to craft the statue with the chains having an impact.
My dog
Looks at this and he stands up on the wall and goes, okay. He turns around and starts walking back down to the floor. As he comes down, he goes, all right. I'm going to change my tune very slightly, but not completely. I'm not saying we shouldn't do this quest line, but it might behoove us to find anyone in this world who knows about Hestia. Because I'm going to let you know that possibly, but I want to let you know the chains aren't ornamental. They're like real iron chains. They're like it was used to actually bind someone. And the statue looks like the chains are pressed into it. Now, either someone took a lot of time to make sure that it just looks realistic, like it's, dimpling the skin, or that's not a statue.
Can we break it and find out?
I would not do that.
I want to
Edo goes,
try and break one of the chains.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
Hold on. I want to decide on a chain. You said it's the base races? It's the basic races?
Yeah.
Like in the player's handbook?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna try and attack the one connected to the dwarf.
Okay.
Hoopa!
Go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
Okay. That is a 13. So probably not.
Your hand strikes and glances off of the change, and they begin to sway a little bit, but nothing more.
Dang it.
Goes,
Stupid dwarf.
it's possible that what you're doing might work, but I do want to point out that it's clear that these statues, the other ones, like when they're destroyed, the chains come off. So,
Well,
Oh, okay. So I
wonder-
walk up to the dwarf statue, I grab my quarterstaff and I bang on it.
Make an attack roll.
I will add that whenever we destroyed a special kind of monster in front of the human statue, it looks like the
Nat 20.
chain. Oh Jesus!
You strike it, and your quarterstaff breaks.
No! My quarterstaff!
The way it breaks also, it's just almost like it loses its like physicality as an object in the game and kind of for a moment de-reses is the easiest way I can say. You still have it in your basic equipment. And whenever you go to try and equip it again, it's fine. But you feel like the statue is a bit more hardier than you think.
So it didn't break, it like glitched.
Yeah, it glitched.
Okay.
Watches this and goes, okay, all right. I think this test has confirmed it. We can't destroy the statues here. You said you killed a special monster. Do you mean like one of the weird ones, like the cockatrice that was doing the thing?
Yeah, kind of like that.
The cockatrice
Okay.
that was the thing?
Oh, it was just a little bit ago before you logged in. There was this cockatrice that was like all fuzzy and popping in.
They kept like jumping up and down, but like inside of the ground too. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was like it was popping in and out of reality.
Now the only issue that I'm seeing here is that there are statues like these in the major cities, correct?
They're in or around. Because
So
you
we
guys
probably
found one
execute the
outside.
front of the statue.
My issue being, if they're in the town, how are we supposed to get one of the glitched creatures to come in there and kill it near it?
Public execution.
No, but you can't. They can't enter the towns.
Tristan, you remember
Public
whenever you
execution.
first got in, whenever you got into like the cavern with the human statue, the monster was at a certain point. It was kind of like a boss monster at the end of a dungeon.
Mm.
Hey.
Tristan?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pumpkin.
The statue that's in the main town, who is it? Like, what race is it of?
Not human.
Was it
that
John?
statue human?
Yes, it
inside
was.
Of the... Yeah, because we already
Okay.
got the human one. That's why I'm kind of
Okay,
a little bit lost.
that's
Well,
interesting. Which notes that the statues that are inside of the cities aren't necessarily the ones that we need to kill the monsters in front of.
That's true, but the only thing that we know so far is that the other statue that the monster appeared at was very close to the human town, right?
Yeah, it was very close to it.
So we may still be able to find the statues close to the towns. So that might be a place for us to start looking at.
I think it's a great idea.
What's the next closest town with a statue that's not human?
One of the big problems with that one, that particular one, is you guys are gonna have to get to the level 5 hub town.
Oh, we're not even level 5 yet.
We will be if we start doing things.
You know what? Let's finish up this quest. We'll go back to the king and let him know that we finished the quest. See if we can get something out of it. And then from there, we can talk to our friends, I mean the NPCs in the town, and see where we can go from there. It'd be great.
Why can't the NPCs be our friend?
Well, I mean, oh, sorry.
Echo.
I don't mean, I'm not trying to be racist or anything.
How
I
is
was
that
like,
racist?
I feel quite hurt actually.
NPCs can be friends, is what I meant to say. It's wonderful meeting you, friend.
It's been a
NPC.
pleasure meeting you right up until you'd said that. I mean that it's okay. It's all right. I'll get over it. It's fine, really.
I'm not gonna get over it.
Edo goes, you know what? I think meeting with the king is a great idea. He's allowed you into the castle?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Yeah, Edo, something instantly feels off about that because again,
No one's able to go in there.
yeah, the palace, the royal palace on the map is outside the normal playable area.
Yeah,
The king
Edo's
was
just
really
gonna follow them because he has no idea what's going on.
The king was really nice when we met him. He seemed really sweet.
Yeah, he told us all about the madness. Okay, let's try and see if we can't get back in there.
Okay.
Kind of pretty.
You do remember, Tristan, that the king did make a point to say that if you looked for his agents, they would be able to help you get back if you had any new information.
Hmm.
If it was important enough that you had to talk to him directly to find his agents, and they would be in the places normal people can go.
Okay, I'll go and check with one of the guards that's his agents,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can hopefully get in from there.
Mm-hmm. So you go to one of the guards, talk with them about it. Go ahead and role play this.
Okay. I'll walk up to a guard and say, hey there, buddy. I have a little conversation I need to have with the king. We got his job done.
The the guard looks at you, goes, I assume you mean by getting more information.
Goes, I definitely have new information for the king.
Lots of new information. We've practically changed the way information works with how new this information is.
Edo just looks at Tristan and goes, you realize I actually have something to tell the king, right?
Exactly, and I wink at you.
Hold on, I will get
And then I
some.
look at
I will get a carriage immediately.
Okay, thank
He
you.
moves away. He was standing right next to another guard, which seems to be in that direct pose, which is really weird. Edo, you know, normally, though the NPCs are rather advanced and can move, normally guards at a post never leave their post.
This guy just moved.
Yeah, this guy just moved. And
He went to go
like-
get a carrot.
Eyes widen,
yeah,
but he just stays quiet.
after a few moments, a carriage comes up. It is one of those pole bearer carriages, or boxes where people actually hold and move.
Yeah.
Accompanied by 4 individuals with velvet black masks and dark robes, and they one of them goes to the door and goes, "Please enter, and please keep yourself out of sight."
Of course.
Edo just looks at Tristan and goes, is this normal?
Probably.
I'm gonna
practically
climb in
invisible,
over the
guys.
other 2 guys.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna climb in over the other 2.
Okay.
Just shove over them to sit perched on the edge of the seat.
Okay. Do you both
climb
also
in.
enter?
Let's go. Yep.
Then I'll lean out and I'll say, "Do you happen to have some crackers or wine, something to just, parch our tongues a little?"
We do have refreshments inside.
Sweet. And I'm gonna start eating.
So it's like already opening up, like whatever is in there is like, oh, cool.
After the door is closed, you feel like you do feel the carriage, whatever it's called. I'm not sure what they're called. Raise up and then begin moving. They reach out to. They then stop at one point, and on your mini maps, you can tell it's right at the edge where players normally are allowed to go. Make perceptions check. Make perception checks.
18.
Okay.
23.
Nice.
You know what? I got
Natural 20.
a natural 4 for 6.
Nice.
Because I'm over here eating.
Yeah, Tristan, you're deep in the crackers and wine. There's an assortment of cheeses. They really went all out. They're nice cheeses. You two, as the stop, hear chanting. Then soon after, the carriage is brought back up, and you watch as your icon in the minimap moves past what normally would be an invisible wall, preventing you from getting in there. And you are continuing down the street.
I don't want to brag, but these cheeses are really good. You guys should definitely try it.
Oh.
No, thank you. I'm lactose intolerant.
And it just goes, wait, hold on. Did you see what just happened? What the hell?
I know what just happened. They just gave us cheeses that you couldn't even get if you were, spending top dollar.
Okay. Whatever you say, buddy. Is there, 2 seats? There's, facing each other?
I'm so. Yeah, it's like 2 seats facing each other.
I'm gonna sit on the empty seat, or if both guys are sitting on opposite seats, I'll sit on the one that Ito is. And I just curl up into a ball and take a little cat nap while we get there.
Okay.
I
It takes a good amount of minutes, and you guys, Tristan, for you specifically, you're used to this. But for Blackness and Edo, you are astonished how dead it becomes. I mean, not too surprised since people aren't supposed to be here, but there's barely any traffic, any signs of life beyond that invisible wall. But there are buildings, and you can only assume you can actually enter them if you can go beyond the invisible wall. Eventually, you are brought into the halls of the palace, and as they let you down, you are greeted to the red carpet of the throne room. An
fancy.
an older human stepping down from the throne, wearing royal garb and sporting a golden crown, goes, "Ah, brave adventurers, and one extra. I was told you have news."
Oh,
I would
immediately
like
drops
to-
to his knee and like bows his head.
I'm gonna I'm gonna put one foot in front of the other, take the sides of my cloak and put it up while I bow down at the waist, kind of like a peacock,
Curtsy.
putting my arms in the air. A really crazy looking curtsy.
Yeah.
And then I will look at him and say, "We do have news." And then I'll point to Edo and say, "He has all the news. It's all brand new news."
Good.
Edo goes,
Good.
I do.
Uh,
Though I'll be totally honest, the new news is actually also a question. if that's okay.
First, how was the mayor of the other city, Goldcrest?
They were being attacked by wolves, but we've helped them out.
Good, and you were able to actually meet with the mayor.
Looks at Tristan, because Edo wasn't there for that.
Yes.
Good, good.
Yeah.
We might be able to get information going. Thank you very much. I'll send some people to try and reach him.
He did mention that he hadn't heard from you in a while.
I will send some of my
What's
agents.
in the room? What does this room look like?
This room? It is a throne room. Not necessarily marble, not stone of make. There's a weird, like, wooden walls, but brass inlay. As you can hear from up above mechanical workings. It's all kind of silent, but there is that low background noise of gears twirling and like just silent friction being made as some mechanism within the palace is running something. You do see that there are brass lamps on the sides of the walls that that border deep purple tapestries that show the kingdom's crests and such. But no marble floors.
I want a stealth check.
How are you going to stealth check?
I'm gonna hide behind the other two.
Okay. Do so with disadvantage.
22.
With disadvantage?
Yeah, the first one was a 27.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Rogue gonna rogue.
Yeah, rogue gonna rogue. Alright. You feel like you've gotten past most, but all but the most perceptive.
Okay, now that I'm stealthed mostly, I'm gonna investigate the room further.
Okay. How are you going to investigate?
Well,
Stick to the shadows and the walls.
We're in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
The two of us.
And the entire room is lit.
Well, she's
walk behind you guys and stick to the walls.
Okay. And again, what are you going to do to investigate?
Do you do anything to let us know that you want to do that? Because I could just talk and walk toward the wall while you stand behind me.
Oh, that's a good point. As soon as I'm stealth behind you guys, I'm like, I want to explore a little more. Give me a way to the wall.
I will.
And two.
I would like to roll a performance check.
Okay.
To attempt to distract the group while is Blackness? I don't know. Is Blackness a cat or a person or a? I did not get any.
Yes,
I don't remember any details on her or him. I don't even know who you're playing.
Tabaxi Rogue.
Tabaxi Rogue.
Thank you.
Completely black.
See, that's why I was thinking it was a girl, because black cat. Okay, while he goes toward the wall, or her, while the cat goes toward the wall, I'm gonna make a scene!
Okay. Describe the scene you're making and roll a performance check.
Okay, my scene is going to be, I'm going to look at them and I'm gonna say, allow me to describe our last few days. Intense! And then I'm going to jump in the air like a ballerina, and I'm going to spin and then look the king in the eyes and say, watch as you see the performance of a lifetime. And then I'm going to start dancing to represent our last couple of days of combat.
Okay.
Okay. 15 plus, I believe I have plus 9 on these. 1 moment. Performance plus 9, so I got a 24
Whew.
performance.
He is invested in your dance. And you almost feel like there's kind of a little bit of confusion, a little bit of awe. You are a very good dancer, but he's trying to get the meaning from just dance alone. And it's one of those, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get the information. It's hard to, though. Blackness.
There goes,
Again, I'm
oh,
asking.
that's the part where we died to the wolves twice.
Blackness. Again, I'm asking, what are you doing to investigate the room specifically? If you're not doing anything but looking around, it'll be a perception check. But if you're looking for something specifically, like touching the walls or
Yeah, I'm like running around, like poking the walls, seeing if there's any secret passages.
okay,
Very carefully moving like tapestries to look behind them and such.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 24.
24. Well, on a 24, you note that the walls themselves don't have any secret doors. There is a door hidden behind tapestries, and you feel like it's one of those, it's put there kind of like to be a cover to look nice, but the door is there for its own purpose. Other than that, you do notice that the floor around the throne looks a little interesting and strange. It looks like there are some seams where all around, immediately around the throne, is brass, and it is well ornamented. English
so
is
I can
hard.
either go in the door or go figure out what's up with the throne. Heads its door, tails its throne. All right.
I haven't
Throne
even
it
done...
is. Okay. I'm gonna sneak around, like walk along the walls, and then like roll towards the throne so I'm hiding behind it.
Uh-huh.
And then like check out the floor, like poking it and such.
Okay. Roll another investigation check for me.
Oh boy. 22.
22. Okay. You begin inspecting the throne and the immediate area around it. And you find a kind of hidden lever on the side of the throne. It is specifically built there for easy access and subtle access from the king. However,
does it
you
lift
note...
up a footrest?
Huh?
Does it lift up a footrest?
You don't see any signs of the throne having a footrest.
Dang it.
You know that if you pull it, the mechanism might lead to something that either pushes the throne up or reduce...
Oh no.
Lost him. Ah, you're back.
Oh, there we go.
My phone glitched out. I'm sorry.
That's
The
okay.
mechanism, what?
So the mechanism looks like whatever it does, it either will raise the throne up or pull the throne down. You're not sure which.
I'm gonna hold on to I'm gonna like dig my claws into the throne, like my back claws in my one hand, and then I'm gonna flip the switch.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Wait, you're flipping the switch?
Yeah, I'm flipping the switch.
Oh no.
Okay. So you pull the switch, and the floor shudders.
Oh boy.
And begins to raise. The ceiling above you, which is this ornate, like golden
I'm just-
ceiling
God.
with what looks to be like some kind of chandelier or elegant torch, shifts to reveal a hole in the top. Instantly, everybody looks towards you, and the king goes, "Wait, what are you doing? You still haven't given me all the information yet."
I want to. Can I make a
Edo just
persuasion
goes,
roll?
hold on. No, Edo just goes, hold on. I have my question. Ignore her. I'm sure she won't get into too much trouble.
What's stealing the king?
They're going to my sorcerer's lab.
So wait, is like the whole
Trouble
floor
could she really get
going, or
into?
is it just the chair?
It's like it is the throne and the immediate 5 feet around the throne.
Okay.
Don't worry, this is all part of the performance.
It was
I
Saturday,
doubt
it was
that.
Represents- It represents the madness of the gods trying to stop us from moving forward in our quest.
Only a select few know of that mechanism.
Am I still hidden?
No, you're not.
Oh,
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
dang. So when the mechanism stops, I want to do a stealth check
Okay.
because I'm behind the chair and he can't see me from behind.
you're gonna be up in the room. Like, we won't know. Like,
The
Yeah,
the
and I'm
entire
stealth
floor raises, and there's now this solid brass pillar, or what seems to be a solid brass pillar raising up in the throne room. Blackness, you are outside of the throne room now, technically.
Okay.
The
I
king
got
looks
a
to you
25
two
on
and
my
goes,
stealth check.
"Okay, I feel like you have just been messing with me so far. What information
goes,
do you have?"
please, for the love of God, Tristan,
So I'm
just stop
in
dancing.
the room above, right?
Yes.
So
With the
is the king with me?
No.
No,
Oh,
everyone's
I
down
thought
in the main room.
throne went up,
Yeah.
Alright,
too.
well, I
Never
got
mind.
a 25 on my stealth check. I don't know if there's anything in this room, but
Give me a moment. We will get to you later.
Oh, shit.
Looks at Tristan and goes, stop dancing, for the love of God. And he looks towards the king. He goes, I do actually have information, and I need to know if you know about this.
Yes.
So, there is a place that we found. It looks like a cathedral. There were statues of all the different races. We've managed to destroy one of them so far, and all of them were holding chains. Those chains were connected to a statue in the middle of a woman, kind of like this, and takes the stance and goes, so one of the chains is gone now, and the name on the plaque is Hestia the the bound and sleeping goddess. He goes, I just need to know, do you recognize that name at all?
Okay. Hestia. That is interesting. There are rumors of a long forgotten age where there was constant contact with the world beneath.
Or what?
The ones that were not blessed with the sight of the tree of Mirthwell, but all saw its ever-reaching roots. Maybe that is the goddess of which you speak. Do you mean to tell me that this cathedral that has a port within our city?
Yes. Yep.
That is new information indeed. Then why has... Thank you very much. This is very valuable information indeed. If you
You're welcome.
If you can find more ways to maybe release this goddess, then it never is a problem to have a goddess on your side, especially if you know they're not going to be affecting your will.
He's right. Worst case scenario, they destroy the rest of the world, not us.
Who looks over at Tristan and goes,
I mean,
with the note being that unless they're affecting your will.
Well, the story goes that all the gods created all the races except for the humans, and due to their contact with the tree and the deep connection they had, they couldn't help. All races were bound to the wills of their gods.
oh, I'm an elf. Never mind.
So once the humans got together and banished the gods, that connection was severed.
Mm.
And so all races have free will.
Okay. Echo goes, all right. He starts taking note of this, and he goes, I only have one other question. Because I've now seen a creature that was doing this. Have you been noticing things that sort of? And he tries to physically represent things moving weirdly. And he goes it went into the ground it was a cockatrice, just a little chicken thing. He goes, but it went into the ground and then out of the ground and then above the ground and then it sort of was upside down and then it was sort of the head was backwards but the body was facing forwards. It was weird.
I have not witnessed anything, but we'll be definitely looking around. Keeping our eyes out for it.
Mm.
I wonder if.
All right.
I wonder if these creatures are having a unstable connection to this world. That is interesting. Thank you for the information.
You're very welcome.
And if you get any information, we would love to just get a letter or something from one of your people.
Well,
we are always at your service.
We will definitely be happy to give you information, but first, we need to make sure that your party member is not turned into a frog or worse.
Agreed.
Anna just looks over at Tristan and goes, oh yes, that is a problem. I wonder how she managed to get to the throne.
Yes. Interesting.
You know, I'm very curious about that as well. She's so clever.
So going back to Blackness.
Yes.
You are now in a somewhat dark room that's surrounded by desks. Haphazard books are laid with various other instrument of alchemical or other mechanical design. There's this big orb that's constantly showing electro, kind of like those little balls that whenever you press your hand on it, a stream of electricity touches the glass to your fingers, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's constantly radiating energy. 1 second. One second.
Oh no. Ow.
Okay. Admits from behind one of the desks. You hear a ah. You had 20. You said you had a 25 stealth.
Yes.
His lordship isn't here. How interesting. His lordship isn't here, but his throne is here. Lordship never comes without his throne. Who might be here in his stead? And he begins walking up. Suddenly,
as I hear the
light
footsteps
comes.
approach, I
Light comes.
slip into the shadows behind.
Yeah. light comes from like a little red crystal dangling by a silver chain from the ceiling. And goes, huh, no one here, but someone pulled the lever. Nobody pulls the lever unless they want to know what's up here. I sure would like a test subject, especially one of those
Hiding in
not
the
of our
background.
world. That would be interesting. I wonder who managed. So, Ace, what is your character doing?
I'm sitting in the shadows, like very stealthy, hiding, like just listening, wondering what he's like up to, like what he's doing and such. Maybe looking around the room to see things.
Okay. He thinks, goes, I know. Begins chanting.
Oh no!
And
Oh no.
Oh
and then sits still, closes his eyes. His head slightly turns in your direction. Goes, oh,
no!
oh.
Oh.
I need you to make a saving throw. Give me a moment.
Oh, which one? Oh boy. Oh boy.
Uh,
I'm praying to the dice gods to give
by
me
the
a
way,
miracle.
also, what is your surface thoughts at the moment?
My surface thoughts?
Yeah.
This room's kind of creepy. I wonder what he's doing. Is he chanting something? What is he chanting? Oh god, please don't turn me into a frog. I don't want to be a frog. They're slimy and they're covered in mucus and it's just ew, disgusting.
Make
Yeah.
a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, thank god. I'm good at those. 20.
20? Okay.
Unnatural.
He
But it's a
thinks,
20.
presses, goes, oh. Don't worry, little one. I'm not going to turn you into a frog. Please
I don't like
speak
that.
with me.
Not gonna turn you into a frog, he's gonna turn you into a worm. Very different.
I'm like, oh my god, can he read my mind? Is he reading my thoughts right now? That's so
Yes,
freaking
I
creepy,
am
but that's
reading your
cool.
thoughts. I can't see you, but I'd really like to meet you. Blackness, isn't it?
No.
Yes.
I
I
know
would
what you're
like
talking
to
about.
know
Who's that?
so much more about
Sounds like
you.
a really cool person.
You're not one of the guard's retinue, or one of the king's special servants.
Special servants.
Oh, the one specifically designed to, kill rowdy nobles. Or maybe even
okay.
to gather
Kind of
information
special
from
servants.
possible enemies.
You gotta work on your like everything, sir. 'Cause you scared me.
Oh, I do that sometimes.
Yeah, that sounds like a personal problem.
So, why don't you come out and let's talk? I don't want to
Why don't I
hurt you.
stay where I am? Because you don't know where I am. And we don't talk. My vocal cords are not feeling it today.
Oh, but you are trespassing.
No, I'm
And
not.
I had a deal with the king. I get to have play with any trespassers who come into my room.
I'm not trespassing. I was invited here.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Nobody but the king knows of that lever. And nobody uses it but the king.
Can I use persuasion to like persuade him that the king did tell me about the lever.
Do so
I-
with disadvantage.
Ah!
I don't want to give
Okay.
away too much, but you might try to use his words against him. He just said
19.
only the king knows, so how would
19.
you know if he didn't tell you?
What
And I'm
was?
gonna say I got a 19, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna say, well, if the king didn't invite me, how did I know about the lever? You just said yourself that only the king knows about it, so he would have had to tell me.
Only those who are invited come through the door. And he points towards a door that is.
I don't like doors.
That's too bad. The king has special access to this room via his throne. It is also a secondary point of defense should somebody attempt to attack him. If he needs protection from me, I am here. And you see a little bit of fire throws up into his hand. Now, I do have a game I like to play with those as sneaky as yourselves.
Okay.
But I'd
I
really
like games.
I'd really like to not to, 'cause in all honesty, you're probably one of those special people. Those that are not of my world. I don't want to risk
I'm not
losing you.
special.
So,
I'm
please
beautiful.
step out, or I will play Does My Fireball Hit You?
Oh no! Hold on, let's make a deal here. I'll tell you how I got in if you promise not to do me any harm.
I already know how you got in. The throne is here.
How did that? No, like
You
how
pulled the
okay.
lever.
What kind of experiments do you like to do?
Oh, just the reasonable ones. Whenever I have trespassers, I especially like to work on physiology.
What?
You
It's
know,
your internals.
Oh no.
but with someone as special as you, physiology won't work. If you
My mom
are
said
indeed who I think you are, you'll just be a regular tabaxi by my eyes. But your mind is something
ass
different.
peck them.
Or, yeah, you will be a regular humanoid to my eyes. But your mind is the problem.
Yeah, but you can't kill me. I have the power of God and anime on my side.
Ah, let's see. Fireball. Make a dexterity save.
Oh, my dex is not the best. Mother trucker.
Just like full
17.
long-piercing laughter. That was amazing.
Please. I gotta. Huh? I didn't lose, Grandma. I'm being attacked by a man in a robe. Not the first time. Us. The last time I did that, it was Voldemort, and I was not happy about what happened.
19 and 7, so 16. You take 8 fire damage as he throws a fireball. 1 second. Because he's taking the hit too. Okay, he takes the full 16 damage. Throws the fireball. And goes. And you dodge out. Moving away from him. Did I get you?
I dodged towards the chair, and then, like, confidently, in my head, I go, huh, no, and now I'm near the door. Bye! And throw something to make it sound like I'm on the other side of the room.
Okay.
I took how much damage?
You took 8.
I thought so. Okay. I wanted to be sure.
So, make a deception check.
Okay. Deception's actually not that bad.
God damn.
You're welcome. 18!
Okay, you do. He turns towards the door and goes, "Don't leave." Throws another
his back
fireball
is
at the door. The door
As his
splinters
back is
open.
turned-
At around this point, you two are following the king, I would hope, to
Oh yes.
up towards this and see a door explode outwards. Goes, "Rank!
as his
Please
back is turned,
cease."
I flip the switch on the chair, but I don't go with it. I hide in a corner
Okay.
to make him think a double deception here going on. Like I decepted him about the door so I could get out on the chair, but psych, I'm still in the room.
He twirls around and throws another fireball down into where the chair is.
Oh boy, those guards down there better hold on to their seats.
And the king comes in. "Rank, stop. Stop. Please do not harm our guests." "Oh, but they were trespassing."
It goes, I'm so sorry about that. I should have kept a better eye on her. Him. Them. The tabaxi. I can't tell the gender of cats.
So they're a tabaxi. Oh,
Yes.
You guys
I've
are
tried.
others of the special.
They're about yay high. He does like the height thing, and then goes.
And-
Also, they're completely black.
You guys do see like a halfling in robes going, "Well,
Yeah.
it's a shame. I guess we do need you adventurers for our assistance. You guys, you from the report, you guys can survive things that normally we cannot. It's almost rather interesting,
gonna-
almost as if you have a spontaneous clone spell."
As they're talking, I'm gonna sneak up and then just hide behind Edo. Pop
Edo.
up and just grab onto his
Yeah.
shoulder.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Absolutely.
Also, what are your
No,
what
I
are your
can't.
surface thoughts?
Okay, so first of all, oh no, we'll do that first. Okay, so my surface thoughts are, oh god, this is so embarrassing. You know, I'm gonna have to talk to my mom about this later. You should probably call her. Man, it's been too long. Whatever. I got a 6 for the wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So he looks at you, smiles, gives this grin, and goes, "Oh. Oh. Oh. Wow. So wondrous, my lord. I have found some new information from these individuals. Oh, and say hi to your mother for me."
Adam's looking confused and then stops and then looks over and goes, I'm sorry, what?
"Oh, yes, you were just contemplating that you need to call your mother. Say,
No. Hold on. This is just a game.
Edo, he reads minds.
Oh.
Edo, please, he reads minds.
I'm immediately gonna start singing show tunes in my head.
I'm
Hello,
now
lady,
in my
hello,
head
Instantly.
hello.
repeating.
Instantly,
I'm
he
repeating.
begins to
my back
kind of have a little bit more of a hop as he's swaying to the tunes. And he goes, "Yes. Oh, yes, because this is only a game. Oh, that's rather interesting. My lord, I think our world is intersecting with another realm." The king's like, "Oh. Okay, you will have to tell me more about this later." He goes, "Oh, yes. We are going to have to part, I believe." right.
I grab Edo by the shoulders and just shake him.
Just look over and I go, Blackness, I have a secret to tell you. You deserved it.
You're a jerk.
Because I'm only a jerk whenever I point out the fact that you did something wrong.
You're supposed to be on my side.
And it goes, I'm on the side of doing the right thing.
Well, I'm on the side of myself.
Right, Tristan? Fist bump.
Tristan, you're on my side, right?
You take your fists and you go like this. You go like that. Go,
I'm
like that.
definitely on the Tabaxi's side because I don't want her to,
Heck yeah.
rip my clothes up or anything.
Heck yeah.
Fear is a reasonable reason to take a stance, I guess.
I'm pretty sure I've already beat Edo,
The king is
so
actively
I'm
trying
good
to
there.
pull you guys away from this guy. Please release your spell. Oh, my lord, if you insist. And by the way, Edo, what is one pertinent, personal piece of information that your
Edo
character
hasn't,
has?
Edo has not cleaned the kitchen where he lives for approximately 3 weeks.
Okay. He goes,
Yeah.
All right, before you go, my friend Eto, as you'd like to be called, I would suggest getting a start on your kitchen. It is rather filthy.
Okay, Edo, stops, gets out of the hands of the king and just runs away. He's done.
Chasing Edo on all fours.
Yep.
Now, do you go back to the throne room, or are you just, booking it? Okay.
I do. Oh, I go back to the throne room.
Okay.
I have no reason to explore.
I'm gonna run into the throne room, run over to that door in the tapestry, and then crawl inside of it.
Crawl inside of the tapestry?
I want to go
Inside
in
the-
the door.
Oh, go into the door? Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna go in the door.
You open it, close it, it's a library.
I'm in fucking heaven. Heck yeah.
Turns around. Oh no. Oh no.
I just disappeared from the group. I'm in a whole nother section.
The king eventually comes back. He has his hands in his head. Going to have to replace that door. Thank goodness we use cheap wood on that one in particular.
Just looks at the king, goes, she's the
Oh,
Tabaxi, Blackness, they're gone
Dear
again.
gods beyond. Where did she go this time?
I'm gonna grab from the library. I grab a couple books on buildings and plants and stuff, or not buildings, animals, nature books. And then I come I just saunter out of the door nothing, I didn't just appear from a tapestry with an armful of books. And I look at the king and I'm like, hey, can I borrow these?
He looks at you and goes, Oh, you went into the library. And
Yeah.
sure, adventurers need all the help that they can get, especially to find
Cool,
out what's
thank
been
you.
going on. So, you are all from another realm.
Edo goes, okay, so he just goes, no.
No.
You are.
It would be considered the same, I think, on both sides.
Edo goes, no, trust me, it's not the same. Because okay, so imagine this. You've got your world, you've got our world. Only yours is in a little tiny itty bitty box in ours, and all someone would have to do is press a button, and you're gone.
Then they are gone from our world.
No, your world is gone. They click a button, and you're gone. They destroy your entire world with a single button.
I highly doubt that.
Edo goes,
I don't.
I don't know how to explain the concept of files to you. It looks over at Tristan and goes, You're another person. Tristan,
Documents
how do
that
you explain files to a computer program?
you
I
mean
got, I
the
got, I
false
got
people?
this, Edo. I got this. I got this, Edo. I
I
got
mean-
this. I got this. I got this. Okay, sir. You know the library?
Yes,
You know these books in my hand?
yes,
Okay, cool. So imagine these books are people, right? Just bear with me here.
yes.
All right, and my backpack, okay, is the filing system,
yes.
right? And when the filing system's on, and I open my backpack, when it's on, when it's open like this, the scrolls can be people like they want to be, right?
Yes.
You can read the scrolls, you can look at the scrolls. But if I turn off the filing system and I put the scrolls in my backpack and I close it, can you read the scrolls now?
No.
Okay, well, they can't be people either because there's no room. So that's kind of what it is. It's like if you turn it off, the people stop.
Hmm. I will have to read more on the report my rank gives to understand this fully. But if I understand what's happening, I think you're thinking that we are false people.
That they're what?
Fortunately, yes.
Yeah, the thing is,
I need to
I could
assure
go.
you.
I'm not a scroll. I'm not a scroll here. I'm a note card at best. It's a little scrap of paper, and that scrap of paper can sneak out of the backpack anytime it wants. You, however, are a big, heavy scroll. Not that I'm calling you fat or anything. It's just that you're like actually part of the thing. It is okay. So I can come in and out whenever I want, but if someone turns this off, you're gone. You just get to
If
sit
we're
there.
in here and they turn it off, we'd be fine. We'd just be back in our
Yeah,
world.
we can just leave. We can slip out of the backpack.
There are a
we're little-
number of individuals within our kingdom that I have found to be not really people, stuck within their own set, almost as if they're golems of some kind. It's been
Yeah, so you know what
happening
I'm talking about.
recently, and in recent events, there has been a growing concern amongst the nations that, along with the appearance of false individuals, the disappearance of actual individuals in our kingdoms. I assure you, whenever you leave this world, we do not go away. And I have a
You
feeling
go away. You just kind of go on break. You just
if
stop.
I assure you, if we are to I assure you, if someone were to turn off the entire simulation or dimension that you guys find yourselves in, little pocket of reality that you guys have built for entertainment, we would still be here.
Edo goes, sorry, there's just one detail I need to ask about real quick. You said that some of your people have been going missing.
Yes.
Okay, as far as we understand, NPCs, which is just a term we use for y'all,
No.
they always come back. And like Edo just like looks over at Blackness and goes like, yeah, y'all's a word. It's in the dictionary anyway.
No.
Because it's just a contraction of you and all. It's correct grammar and everything.
Yes, it's a halfling.
He goes,
Yank.
yeah, and he goes, but you always come back.
Not
You
all of
say
us do.
always.
I assure you, if you were to kill me, and I'm not trying to challenge it, I really hope, the worst that happens to
I
me
mean,
is one of my clones are built. But if you were to kill one of my servants, one of my special guardsmen, or one of my, specifically my silent blades, they would no longer return. Now there are
It'll just
the false people, the false citizens, the false guards, who do return after they are slain. But they are more like golems.
So-
it goes, Tristan. Hey, bud. I got a feeling that I've got an idea what's going on here. So whatever's making the extra areas of the game that the developers aren't working on is making folks like the king yourself. I think the like false citizens and false guards are the ones made by the developer because they're not as advanced.
My understanding
advanced
of
as
your
the
term
game
game might
Mhm.
be a little skewed. If we can gather more, if you allow me some time to actually gather information from my head wizard, I apologize for his behavior. He is rather eccentric. We keep him there for a reason. Um, if you give us some time and come back whenever you have
Mhm.
any other new information, if you can also at some point get in contact with one of the major nations, please come back and I might have a better understanding in the future.
It looks at Blackness and goes, move on to the next major city. See if we can finish the next part of the hidden quest.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good. I have
All
books
right.
now.
By the way, this whole time, Tristan, I saw that you came off of mute for just a little bit. Has Tristan, like, what is Tristan's face while we're all talking about the real world and things like that?
Stoic. I have heard many a user talk about the real world, and I've
Mhm.
kind of stolen tidbits of information from them.
So I'm just making sure, when I pointed out that we could literally click a button and destroy your whole world, like, this didn't register a reaction.
Not bother at
Maybe
all.
wide-eyed shock, but
For like a moment.
not actively like, holy shit, just like, yep, we can do that. Totally possible.
So I would like to, if it's okay, could I try to do an insight check against Tristan just for that one reaction to see if I recognize that it's either like us going like, no, like for real, we could destroy you, or going like, wait, what?
I
Is
would
that
also
right,
like
Tristan?
to do that check.
Go ahead, and Tristan, feel free to make deception check or something like that.
Okay.
17.
Uh,
Unnatural
I got
20.
23.
What was your roll? Blackness?
14.
14? Okay.
I was an unnatural, or was an unnatural 20, yeah.
So, with a 23, sure.
Uh,
He's good at role playing.
It's just like, man, this Tristan's like so good at this. I really wish I need to like pick up some pointers here. I'm probably not doing a good job as Edo. Oh well, that's all right. All right.
I don't keep speaking.
Hmm?
I've gotten like 2 or 3 good, like, funny screenshots from Edo's face. Looking like an emoji.
I think the problem that we run into is that if I roll an 11, I still get a 20. Like,
Yeah.
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 yeah, I have a +9 on all deception, performance, like a ton of charisma-based stuff.
Yep. That's bards, man.
Yeah.
Bards are stupid.
Charismatic as fuck.
I think this is where we're gonna call it.
Awesome.
I am going to give you guys 300 experience for this whole ordeal.
Fantastic.
Cool.
And
It's 5074.
and we will hopefully meet again next time. Hope you guys had fun,
Yeah,
and those
fantastic.
that stayed this long from the start, thank you very much. Go to my Ko-fi for more games, and definitely if you want to play something other than D&D like OVA or World of Darkness, I can do that. So, you guys have a good night.
You too.
Night. Bye.
We'll see.
Yay.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.